What's up guys, Jayzinho here, and today I'm here to talk to you about Footy Fresh. What's Footy Fresh? Only the coolest air freshers around, Footy style. And we got all your favorite players. We got Cristiano Ronaldo, we've got Messi, we've got the Golden Boy Haaland, all your favorite players. You could throw it in your car, you could throw it in your backpack, put it in your office. The fragrance is to die for. Get yours now at thefootyculture.com.
We're at a level where Canada is balling, and a lot of people has been saying on Twitter that they're the best team in CONCACAF, right?
Well, I mean, the standings speak for themselves, yeah.
So
Yeah,
I expected nothing less, to be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna ask: is Canada the best team in CONCACAF?
Sure looks like it.
Easily.
Based on
Easily,
form, standings
easily.
wise too, man, they gotta be.
0 losses. When's the last? You said when's the last time any team won unbeaten in CONCACAF?
98.
It was like Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys think we can do it? You think Canada can
why
go
not?
unbeaten?
Ooh, unbeaten.
Why not?
And what,
Maybe.
5-6 games left?
Yeah.
Maybe, man.
I don't know. It's
4
gonna be
games
tough,
left.
bro.
We don't
games
have any
left.
more games with the U.S., right?
No.
No more games with
What?
Mexico.
No.
El Salvador, Jamaica.
I think Jamaica's gonna be a tough.
I think they'll be the toughest.
Jamaica's gonna be
Jamaica
tough.
have been playing poor too, though.
But they have as well.
Yeah,
That's why.
they faced
But we play them at home, I think,
who
as
did they
well.
face? They faced
They just played Mexico. They lost them, but
no. Who did they face before that?
No, they faced a team
Panama.
after that. They faced
Panama too, and like
Panama beat them 3-2.
Jamaica have good players,
Yeah, they're
that's what,
winning.
that's what I'm saying.
and like Mexico have not been performing this year at all. And like surprisingly, I'm surprised they still have that manager. They still have Tata in charge.
I mean, they're third place, man.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the third
Not
place
too bad.
compared to look at the other half of the.
But their
table.
roster's not that strong.
You know
It's
what I
not
mean?
the same Mexico,
It's,
man.
it's not the same Mexico, and it
You know?
just shows like maybe they're not looking into putting their youth out there like Canada is right now, and the U.S. because look at the two teams right now.
Very young.
Canada, U.S. the young teams. Mexico still has a couple of players who are still veterans in the national
But
team.
not even that. Like they were saying it during like the U.S. game. The player Ricardo Pepi, he had an opportunity to play for Mexico
Yeah, he
as
did.
well.
Yeah.
But you're seeing this with a lot of players that are playing in the States. A lot of Mexicans, they're choosing to represent U.S.
I think there's a certain point where
So
I think there's more hope.
U.S.
that's the
U.S.
thing. And
US, right?
like Mexico are like kind of losing star players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
One of
know?
the craziest things after the Canada-US game, Herdman called out Marcelo Flores.
They
Name
didn't even see
dropped
that.
him.
Yeah.
Really.
Well,
He's like, now like these young players are deciding, maybe we should play for Canada, and he name dropped him,
nah.
which is
did.
pretty wild.
Imagine
He
if
did.
had him.
Yeah, low-key he did. He name dropped him.
But we're consensus here: Canada's the best team in CONCACAF.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would
Looks like
say
it, at
so.
least.
But
Bro.
what makes them the best team?
One, they're undefeated. Two, look at their goal differential, highest in CONCACAF. How many goals have they conceded? Very few. Keep a lot of clean sheets. And like now without Davies and Eustachio as well too, man. Like,
And-
Yeah.
Our bench is pretty
they,
calm, bro.
Did they not just get like the most goals of any national team in the world like last year?
I think so.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Like-
like top,
That's
right?
insane.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
bagged a lot of goals.
And,
Absolutely insane.
and like FIFA ratings as well. They went
They
up
went
a
up, like, what,
lot.
30
I know-
rankings or something
I know
like that?
you gotta kind of do some quotations when you talk
Yeah.
about FIFA rankings, but still like
Yeah.
that still
Nothing to
shows you,
scoff
man.
at.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's crazy to say like you guys were saying, like Matt, you were saying it before the games that Davies and Eustachio is gonna be some big misses, but as me and Spatty were saying, like Canada's at a level where we have some talent off the
Yeah.
bench,
Man stepped up, bro.
and players stepped up, man. We had Fraser that first game, went past to Joe David,
Mhm.
beautiful goal. Joe David's
That was
balling right now
unreal.
too, man.
Facts.
What a freaking cracker of a goal! What a player too, man. Watch out for him. He's going somewhere next season.
Maybe, man.
And I think that exactly is what makes Canada the best team, because they have the best coach
Mm-hmm.
Easily.
in CONCACAF easily, and
Easily.
the best
Maybe.
mentality.
Gerardo Martinez.
It's-
Also easily.
No, it's John Herdman easily,
Bro, the vibes.
and it's the
the
mentality.
drip?
because
Bro,
because
the
if you
vibes,
go
dude.
pound for pound, Canada's roster isn't as good as the U.S.
No, it's not.
Nah, not really.
You expect,
They
yeah,
have
you-
better players in the U.S., but then like the lower players aren't as good as the
Yeah,
U.S.
so like pound for pound.
yeah,
Yeah,
pound
yeah,
for
I
pound.
know.
There's more.
I-
There's more.
I think the problem with the U.S. and Canada, I think the U.S. has a lot of personalities for the players. Meanwhile, the Canadian team right now, a lot of players that are on the team are like players who are still trying to show that they're trying to reach the next level of football. Meanwhile, the U.S. players are at the next level of football already.
they
I
kind of
feel
got
like
that arrogance,
they
in
feel like they're like, oh, I'm better than half these players. And sometimes they don't play at their level, right?
and like
it
where
clearly
the
shows-
yeah,
Canada, I can say there's moments where Canada didn't play as good as U.S. was playing. We were losing the ball a lot in the middle, but we were able to do really well defensively, and we did a lot counterattackably as well. We were able to take we were able to take advantage of the wing that we had with Buchanan. We were able to take advantage at getting counterattacks with Joe David and on the left side too with what's his name, Ugbe Adekugbe, and we were just able to take advantage of the moments that what we were able to take advantage from.
Yeah,
I feel like US didn't really have like a style of football where they were like, hey, this is the way they're attacking, this is the way they're playing. They're really forced football for them. I feel like
like they had the ball a lot, but like not a lot was going on.
It was really
they had a few
forced.
chances. Milan Borja made some good saves, but
again,
Yeah.
those chances were like as a corner, like a free kick from the from wide. Like it wasn't really like
Not a lot
they're
was
like
going on.
dangerous. Like you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like there was not that one player like we got to shut him down or we got to take him out early.
They shut them down from the very beginning. That was Pulisic. Pulisic did
Pulisic
absolutely
too
nothing.
though. What was Pulisic doing?
No, that's what I'm saying. Did
Hasn't
absolutely
really
nothing.
done nothing.
That
Like,
was the-
all qualifiers though.
That was
either.
supposed to be their outlet player for this game. They went to him for most of like the first half, but
But
he
he
got
was
shut
playing.
down every time.
He was playing in the middle too a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
he drifts
They
well
weren't
in the
playing.
middle.
They weren't playing that wide football.
No, they weren't.
They weren't, and then it showed from us too. Like we were losing the ball in the middle because they had the numbers in the
Yeah.
middle,
In the middle, yeah.
but we were taking advantage in the width, which definitely helped up a lot. So
Another thing as well, like we weren't saying it too much, but kudos to the defense, man.
Yeah, man.
Hold
Defense
up.
was
Solid,
Solid,
They
bro.
clamped it,
Oh,
bro.
Like if you thought about before this game, like one thing that we might have some issues with, it's a little shaky defense. Maybe maybe the defense is not too strong with Victoria back there, a little bit older player, not too fast. But then he was crucial
They
too.
clamped up, bro.
He was clamping back there as well, man. He was getting those headers every time. Every time the goalie was hitting it out,
They won nothing.
he
in
was
the
always
air,
winning
yeah.
every header in the air.
Yeah.
He was going in hard, making sure that they wouldn't turn.
Even the first
They
goal
couldn't do
came
anything.
from was it Kamal Miller?
Yeah.
He won the
Both
ball.
goals.
Both
standing
goals,
goals.
Yeah. But even the first one that goes a U.S. goal kick, he kicked it right in the middle. There was literally no one there. Miller drifted in from left center back, won the header right to Osorio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
That's-
they were immense, man.
That's
back
one
then.
thing Canada definitely did really, really well as well. And that was like kind of like the strategy as well. Win everything in the air.
And you compare that to U.S. U.S. defense is like nearly all Europe,
Mm-hmm.
and Canada's is
the whole team,
MLS.
the whole team is like all Europe.
MLS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
The whole team is all Europe.
Yeah.
pretty much.
So I'm
the whole
saying
team's
like
all
the
Europe.
team is really, really good on paper.
Yeah.
But like again, it just shows that sometimes when some players are like again arrogant or just like they assume that they're better and they deserve to win
Yeah.
every single game, they don't play at the level that they should be playing at.
And I kind of got that too. Like
So.
with players like Dest, like he was, like Tejan was doing well against Dest. Dest played
They
for
had their
Europe,
battles against
for
each other.
Barcelona, and like I guess they have that arrogance. You plays for Barcelona, blah 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 blah. But you couldn't see like they weren't like connecting really well. The U.S. They were playing. They had more possession, but like they weren't connecting. Like the final passes weren't there. Meanwhile, like Canada had a set system.
Yeah, their players were on like U.S. players were the players were on the same page.
They weren't.
Yeah.
You
They
could
had
tell.
the
It
individual
was,
quality,
yeah.
but the Canadian players, like every time they got the ball, they knew like what
Mhm.
to do,
Mhm.
what the next step was. Always.
And-
And you
Yeah.
can thank Herdman for that, man.
Mm,
yeah, yeah.
That guy is
Proper
crucial.
gaffer.
Especially at halftime, because like the first half we weren't doing so well. After the goal, like we were nowhere.
They were
Like,
struggling to
were
put two
really
passes
losing
together.
the ball.
Yeah.
Like that whole first half was just
Yeah.
like
second half,
Terrible.
bro. When Herman came out with the drip, different.
Well, they came,
different,
bro.
man.
Both gaffers came out with
yeah,
drippy,
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kick game on fire, bro.
Did you guys hear what what's the U.S. coach's name again?
Berhalter.
Yeah.
At during the in the locker room,
Oh,
his shout out
that
or
was
what did he say?
terrible.
That was
That was
so
awful.
bad.
Oh,
He's like, what are you saying? He's like, oh, we're dogs,
Yeah,
or
that
they're.
was
He's like,
Oh
no,
my
he's like,
gods.
No, they said
no.
dogs.
He's like,
Dogs.
yeah.
Dogs?
He's like,
Dogs.
he's like, they're dogs, and we're dogs. Let's go eat the dogs. And like,
It made
that
no
kind of like,
sense.
Why do I hear gods?
kind of said like he was gonna eat themselves.
I don't know,
Like,
man.
You
It
think
was-
like the players like trying like not to crack
Bro,
up?
do you
So
see
he's
it?
like,
Not
what
a
the
single,
hell-
not a
what the
single
hell
player,
is
not a
guys
single
saying,
player
bro?
was like, yeah. They're like, what the?
Oh, he looks like a ghost out there. He's
He does.
sauceless.
He really does. Meanwhile, Herdman's out there freaking with his British accent. Let's go get these motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah, and like I saw a clip from after the game. Larea goes up to Herdman. He's like, "I told you I could do it. I told you I had it
Yeah?
in me." And he hugged him.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
And that's like,
Love to
wow,
see
like
it, bro.
you're
Clamps,
doing that
man.
with your gaffer. Wow.
Yeah.
Love to see it, bro.
Wow.
No, but last thing about Canada, I guess you can just move it on after this. Man of the match. Who do you guys think was the man of the match of that game?
I think Joe David.
Really?
No, I would give it
Ade Kugbe or Miller?
exactly.
Yeah, I come on, man.
I know they had like
0 goals.
I know that like visually they looked the best because he scored. Miller had two like created chances, but if you watch Joe David, he literally controlled the whole game. He
No, he was
did.
coming down a lot. He was playing like the
had to
false
drop
9
back
center
a
forward,
lot,
dropping
right?
back a lot.
dropped back him. That's the only thing. He performs a lot better without Alphonso Davies.
You
But-
think?
Think
But
so?
if he could perform the way he did in that game without Alphonso
Mhm.
Davies, with Alphonso Davies, oh my god, those two up top are gonna be I mean, growth.
I agree with Matt Miller or Adekube. Like, man, again, like one thing we were saying before, like defense was probably our biggest issue, and they were stepping up. Miller, like even like the before, not this window, but the other window, international break. Like Miller had a couple of iffy games too. Like he was
Yeah,
losing
he
the ball.
did.
He wasn't too well.
The game we went to all together, he didn't
Yeah,
play well.
he didn't play well.
But ever since that, he's been
He's been
Exactly.
immense, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
There was even that one was when Pulisic cut inside, and then he got the better of Johnson, and Miller just came in
and put his body
and
up.
just put his
Cleaned
body
up,
on and
bro.
just cleaned up, bro. He had a lot of big moments that game, I think.
Yeah, he's my man of the match.
Yeah.
Jamal Miller.
He was my
Ah,
guy too, man.
I'm gonna give it to Adekugbe because of the goal, like just the whole play in general. But even Miller was the one that kicked it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
He,
Assist,
he,
technically,
he second assisted both
Kinda,
goals.
exactly.
Yeah.
But Adekugbe's first touch and into space, going through, and that goal.
Even all game
Beautiful
too,
goal.
like for him to like kind of like go punch for punch with
Uh-huh.
Dest on that right, because the U.S. were playing down the right side
Yeah.
pretty much the whole game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's like anytime they went to switch the ball, Adekugbe was intercepting it. Like there's so many times they went
He-
for the switch, he intercepted it every
he
single
got the
time.
cheeky pana too.
Yeah,
He's a little
silky, eh?
That's shaky,
That's
yeah.
his first
Loves
goal
it,
for
bro.
Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
what a
true.
goal! too,
Beautiful
huh?
celebration.
Yeah.
If you
too,
saw
like-
closely, it was outside the box.
Yeah, proper
Little
strike, man.
finesse,
Nice
goalie didn't
strike.
move,
He
and
also
then
had 2 goals. That other shot from outside the box just
Yeah.
went a little bit high.
It was
Yeah.
a clean shot. It
Yeah.
almost went in.
Did you guys watch that one play with Hoylett?
Yeah.
Oh, bro's going
Bro,
mad, bro.
Oh,
Bro. Junior blood clot Hoylett.
Oh,
And then the outside boot, bro.
Yeah,
That was
he was
man
cooking, bro.
Man was bringing back the
that
years
was,
there.
that was the pass to Adekugbe.
That was
Yeah.
QPR,
days, bro.
QPR Hoyler, man.
QPR
That's what
Hoyler
that
right
was,
there, man.
That was
Yeah,
gross.
But yeah, man.
Wait,
So-
Dad, who's your man of the match?
Mine?
Yeah.
I would definitely go same thing. The defense played a strong role this game.
Facts.
Even Johnson too, playing like the right center back. He was a little weaker at some points, but he was lucky that Vittoria and Miller were there to cover up for him. But again, they were able to communicate well. I feel like they were able to like just the communication was there. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially from the goalkeeper too.
The teamwork, man.
You know, like everything comes from the goalkeeper. He did a really good game as well, and he can
Proper
show
save,
He
man.
deserves a shout
as
too
a
for
as
man
a
of the
as a
match.
captain, as a
Mhm.
captain, he really shows it. He's able to put the spirits up in the game. And he shows that everything from the back is where it's important. Because at the end of the day, like if your defense is poor, like that's where your play comes from, and then shows where Miller assisted the assists,
Yeah.
right? So if you have a good solid defense, then you're able to create something attacking. So Miller for sure.
Yeah. To conclude, actually, someone asked on Twitter,
Mhm.
like replied to one of the tweets celebrating. They were like, "Why is Canada so good? Like, why have Canada been so good in
I seen that. I
qualifying?"
seen that.
Yeah, and I was like, I got 3 very good reasons. One, Herdman. As the second John Herdman got into the Canada system,
Yeah.
took off.
Because he was the coach of women's, right?
Yeah,
before?
he took the
He did
women's
bits with
team.
the women's team.
He
man.
took the women's team from nothing to bronze medals,
Mhm.
the whole foundation. Now they
Yeah.
just won a gold medal last summer.
Bro, like what he's doing with Canadian football, man. Like hats off, man.
Mad, huh?
Bro, he's
Mad,
literally,
bro.
At this point, he's like a god in Canada soccer.
Yeah.
He's
Low
like
He'll
key.
go
He's
down
Canadian.
the history books for Canadian football.
easily.
100%.
But I'd say a second reason, Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies have been playing together since they were 15 years old.
Really?
Together.
It's the camaraderie, man.
Same national team
Yeah.
camps.
Damn.
Those two's emergence to the top has sparked fire in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And 3, the mentality.
The vibes,
The
bro.
players go
Yeah.
into every game knowing they could win against anybody.
Mhm.
And they fight
And
too.
they
bro.
have been.
They fight too,
Like,
bro.
they-
Yeah.
Like, they're all dogs. Like, something I noticed, because we follow a bunch of them on Twitter, right? Like, every time, like, let's say when Eustachio got transferred, Larea got transferred, they all posted on their
Yeah.
Insta
Yeah, it's
story.
all-
Every
Yeah.
single person is like, yo, my boy's balling. Yo, good luck
Yeah.
to my boy. Good luck
Yeah.
to my boy. Everyone.
Like, you think about it.
It's a lot of love, bro.
Let's say the Brazil team, just as an example. Let's say, like, I don't know. Let's say Cunha gets a move to Real Madrid. Is like Thiago Silva gonna post it on his story? Like, congrats, but like, no, like,
No.
it just won't happen.
His boys, his Brazilian boys will like come with
Like-
like the whole Canadian team is
They're
in
all posting on the
Yeah.
story. They're all commenting like "demon," like that's my
Yeah.
boy on all their photos. Like, the camaraderie
Yeah.
is insane.
there. Yeah, it's
Like, I think like they go to national team camps like way more excited than playing club soccer.
Yeah.
he's-
I think that's
yeah.
most players though.
I love that though. I
Not
love
English players.
Yeah,
I think the other team that has that kind of relationship, I would say, is just maybe France. Because they
Yeah.
have like
Yeah.
the vibes too, right?
Yeah,
Like,
It's all
they're
about the vibe.
They're
man.
vibey.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
vibey.
The players, they all
vibey.
kind of get along with that kind of like that lifestyle, like the
Yeah.
culture. They're all kind of like in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Yeah.
All same age,
It's
too.
when
Yeah.
it's when you play with a team that you've been playing on for so long. Same players, same. There might be a couple players who come in and out, but teams like Brazil, seems like I don't know, Spain maybe, but like whatever. Like there's always like rotation in players. there's not always like that strong foundation, even though there is sometimes, but there's always like, oh, this guy's coming out now. Now he's stepping. There's a lot of good Brazilians. So you don't. There might be a time when he's having a bad game. They might call up some other defenders, some other midfielder. You know what I mean? But I feel like Canada had all the players have just been consistent, and then they've all been showing up and then stepping up. And again, there's not that many Canadians who are at that level right now. So
but there are.
But
But coming.
with
but-
US, because US has the same roster. I don't see them doing what.
Exactly.
Canadians
There's things to it. There's levels to it, man. I don't know. The vibes in Canada are just different,
It's the
man.
camaraderie, man.
You can see they love coming and play for Canada, man. And like you see it growing, man. Football in Canada is
It's growing, bro.
Starting
Because
to grow,
before,
man.
bro, even if you go
Mhm.
back like 2 years ago, 3 years ago,
mhm.
even like as far back as like early last year, whenever Canada was playing, no one would really care. You wouldn't see any Instagram
Anything,
stories after the
yeah.
game. You wouldn't see any hype. But now it's like
It's bandwagon.
last
now,
night
bro.
after they won, how many people did you see posting like on Instagram
Yeah,
stories?
bro.
I wouldn't say bandwagon. At the end of the day, we're Canadian.
The hype
we
is
support
there,
the
right?
team. And at the end of the day, we obviously going to support a team that's going to be winning.
Yeah, there was just
And
nothing
again-
to support.
And again,
Yeah.
back then there was nothing. Yeah, there was nothing to support. When's the last time Canada reached this level in football? Never.
Before we were born.
Right?
So that's why, in order for someone to be a fan of something, you have to see something.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just pick a random team with my hat off or like
Yeah, no, exactly.
out of a
yeah.
hat and say, "Oh, I'm gonna support this team." But like,
Because like it's exciting football.
end of the day,
games are
we're
exciting
Canadian. We're always
too.
gonna support Team Canada, but there's also a reason why we're gonna start supporting them, even though we all have Italian backgrounds, Brazilian
Yeah.
backgrounds. But end of the day, we love watching football, and if it's good football to begin with, we're gonna watch and we're gonna enjoy it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I wouldn't say it's bandwagon either. Because, yeah, you got to find a reason to start supporting, right?
It's our
Maybe
country
you
at the
could
end
say
of the
it's
day. Right?
bandwagon if maybe they start not having success and you like
And you
stop
stop,
watching them.
yeah.
That's what would be
You think
bandwagon.
that would happen though?
Like people would stop watching.
Yeah.
I'm sure some people
Yeah.
would.
Yeah, I
There
agree
was a
with
drop-off.
Jay. Now that
I don't
there's
think
something,
it's bandwagon.
no, now that there's something to support, we'll see if they start, not doing too well. Then we'll see,
Yeah,
no,
Let's say
but
they were to
now,
lose
but
every
that's the
game.
thing. But now at this point, now they're at this point, and they're able to reach this point. We know what they're able to reach, like the level that they're reaching at right now. We know that when, let's see, the next World Cup, they're still fighting. They maybe they're not in first. Maybe they're fighting for third or fourth to like even qualify. We're still gonna support because we know that Team Canada can be as good as they are now. And before it was like we didn't really know what the end result was gonna be, right? Like now that we know that hey, they're the best and they can do good, they drop off a little bit next couple of years, but then they come back up. We know that there's a reason, and they definitely can compete with the best. And honestly, in the World Cup, I feel like they can definitely compete with some of the best teams in Europe and South America.
We'll see.
I don't know.
I think
It's
so.
gonna be tough.
I
That's
think
gonna be tough.
I think so.
So you guys think they're gonna make it or not? World Cup bound?
Yeah.
Qatar?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
will
or
they
no?
finish first place? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah? You guys all think?
Will
I
they
think
lose?
so.
Will they lose a game?
No.
I don't know if they'll win every game.
I don't think they'll
I
lose.
don't think they're gonna
They
lose.
might draw a couple,
There's gonna
but
be a
I
couple
don't think
draws.
they're
I don't think
losing.
they're gonna lose
I don't.
Yeah.
because I don't think Herdman's gonna go soft with the lineups either.
No.
You can't.
He's gonna be like, we're still like we're trying to get first, man. Like we can't
Yeah.
drop off now
Exactly.
There's still a positive coming on in first place.
Yeah,
They're still
you
gonna
get
a
you
good
get put in
pot.
a more favorable pot.
because
no?
yeah.
because there's a big pot situation now.
Yeah, I seen that.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Like Canada right now is in pot 4 because of FIFA rankings, right? That
Yeah.
means when they go to the World Cup, they could be put in the death group
Mm-hmm.
with like Brazil,
Great.
I want to
very
see
good
that
African
though.
team. But if they get pot 3,
Uh-huh.
it's a much favorable draw. So that's why
That's
they
true.
need to win every single game. That's why. Otherwise, they're stuck in pot 4.
Would you rather see Canada be in a death group and get knocked in group stage, or would you rather
No.
see them in an easy group,
Easy group.
Easy
come
group.
second place, get knocked out? in
Easy
the
group.
next
Come
round?
first place.
Easy option.
Second option. Bro.
Easy option.
Obviously,
Yeah, but you're watching Canada play against
That's why.
like Italy, Brazil.
Yeah, I didn't
You
wa-
can
I
do
wanna
that
watch
in a
it.
pre-tournament
Yeah,
friendly.
bro.
No,
I
but
wanna
this
see
is
that.
on the
I
big
agree with
stage.
No.
what Spatty
No,
says.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
but why
I'm
you
not
gonna watch?
choosing
I don't
that.
care if they
I'm
face
just,
the
I'm just
worst.
giving you like
I'd rather see them
playing
win.
ahead.
I'd rather see them win.
Nah,
No,
I want to
like,
see success.
I
don't care who
understand.
they
I
play.
want to see success, but imagine like they're facing Argentina and Messi or Portugal.
Okay,
and
let it
Ronaldo.
happen in the knockout.
Yeah, bro. Then
I would
Messi,
love to
then Messi's
No, like, I
out
would
here
love to see
slapping
that.
us up, bro. I don't want to see that, man.
I would love to.
I would love
that,
to
please.
see
That'd
that.
be
You would
But
love to see
even-
Messi
but-
be slapping us up in the group stage,
bro.
bro.
That the fact that the privilege
Maybe,
to face
maybe if
Messi,
Argentina are like the big team in the group, then there's 2 other ones we still finish second. That's fine. I'm not trying to get
Man,
dicked
but
every game,
even
man.
then, I feel like a team like Canada, the way they're performing now, they can compete. They can compete.
You think?
They can
They might not
compete.
win, but
They
like,
can
I don't think
compete.
they'll get killed.
They can
yeah.
compete.
I don't know, man.
All
It'll
I'm
definitely be
saying-
tricky,
All I'm
but-
saying, if there's teams who are really good on paper and they've had a great qualifying, but they can show up and play poorly.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, people can say, yeah, it's a tournament based. It's 6 games, and if you play really good in those 6 games, you win the World Cup, or how many games it is. But hey, if you show up to the tournament, then you're a really good team, and you lose your first game, lose your second game, you're knocked out. You lose 2 games in your group stage, you're almost knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's how it is.
So
We'll see. We'll
And
see.
the thing is, going to the World Cup, that this might not even be the best team. Going to the World Cup, they could have a better team.
2026.
Or
No, this
2026.
World Cup.
This World Cup coming up, like in
no, I feel
December.
like this team is like
This might not
almost
be the best
their
team.
solidified
Look how much better they got from 1 year ago.
Like in terms of personnel, or just getting better.
personnel.
Just both.
I don't know. I don't
This
think
might
so.
not be their best. That's
This-
all I'm
this-
trying to say.
This could be their best.
They're still doing a lot.
They're doing a lot, but I'm just saying. I think this team has more potential than they're.
100%.
showing
I think there's definitely more potential
2026,
as well.
not 2022.
Why not?
2026 is just
Look,
2026, they
Look
can
what you-
obviously be. at
what we
different
done in
level.
a
They should
year.
be.
Yeah, but you're in the year now.
Okay,
What can you
bare
do?
months.
But
It's
who
11
are
months.
you gonna bring in?
What do you mean?
No, I'm talking about players in general.
No, the players
just
can
their potential
develop,
Saying
themselves.
players, you can't
Players.
bring any.
He
The
said- no, he's
players
saying
that just get better
potential.
in general, or players that come up from like of age.
Yeah,
both.
maybe,
Both.
maybe
Yeah.
a player has like a breakout season, right? Like maybe Ugbo, he's on loan
There's
now
only 6 seasons
to,
There's 6
uh,
months, like only
to
like
France now. You
so
see
many
that?
months left.
Ugbo went to on loan.
Went to France, yeah.
January.
Oh.
He got loaned out. So maybe, what if he goes and he tears it up? Then that's another attacking player that we have.
Yeah, but you already have 3 attackers.
Jaquil Marshall.
Or Jaquil Marshall
Yeah.
starts turning up.
You
for
never know.
TFC.
Like you literally never know, right?
Noble Akello starts turning up. For
But one of these
TFC.
center
Maybe.
backs, these young center backs starts turning up, bro. Scott Kennedy,
That's what I'm saying.
you never know.
And
This
that's
might
what
not be their best team.
That's
Yeah.
what you want. You want the competition. It's good to see that, man.
More commitments too.
Mhm.
Flores,
Mhm.
Mitrovic,
Mm-hmm.
big commitments.
Man, it's gonna be exciting this
It is,
this
man.
year.
It's really exciting, man.
Yeah,
We'll
man.
see.
Big ups, Canada soccer,
Bro,
man.
like I say, man, 3 away games, 1 home game. I don't know, man. I'm thinking second place.
No.
Yeah, low key.
Don't
Yo, why
back-
you-
You're a
Low-key.
Debbie
Let's get a
Downer.
little Debbie down over here, bro. Take off that jacket, bro.
Alright, bro.
Yeah,
Really?
3 away games.
He said 4
Costa
points
Rica,
for the
Panama,
past
Honduras.
3
They
games.
Then-
just had 2 away games this
Yeah.
week, though. They have 2 away games again.
Yeah.
Take off that
Oh.
jacket, bro.
So what, bro?
Who cares?
I don't know.
And
man.
what?
No, I still think first, but like that's tough.
I'm not scared.
And what? I
Why
don't
can't they
care.
give us
I
2
ain't
home
scared.
games? Bless us with 2 home games.
We Canadian, bro.
Too late for that.
Cares,
Whatever.
man. I doubt these Canadians are scared.
They don't
No,
care,
they're
man.
not scared.
Yeah.
They're not
They don't
scared.
care. They'll play away.
They got
home,
the mentality now, man.
underwater.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Scared, man.
Underwater.
They're dogs, bro.
The
At
dog,
the end of the day, these Canadians are bloody dogs.
they got the grinta.
And that's it, man. Canada. Oh, Canada.